Dear colleagues of the Galactic Symposium, thank you for joining me today as we embark on a journey through the cosmos, exploring the vast possibilities of our ever-expanding universe in a time where Alcubierre drives, Dyson Spheres, and Wormhole spawning stations are not just theories, but tangible manifestations of our advanced civilization. As we voyage into the uncharted territories of space, it's imperative that we broaden our horizons and recalibrate our understanding of intelligence. Across no man's skies, we have become accustomed to verbal communication, a mode of interaction that seems to exclusively cater to humanoid species and their artificial counterparts. However, let us not be deceived by the comfort of familiarity. We are all familiar with the firstborn and other similar beings, who we could easily identify as humanoids in the not-so-distant future, or even right now, depending on who you ask. But consider, for instance, this first specimen is called the Batiotia, a remarkable example of what we might also classify as a humanoid once it has gone through some aeons of evolution. After all, we all come from beings who evolved from their animal ancestors. It doesn't matter if we once called them cousins or creators. The Batiotia challenges our anthropocentric notions, standing on rock spikes, communications through intricate movements, knot patterns, as well as the release of pheromones in the tapestry of the cosmos. They are on what thread? For countless other creatures I pose to follow in their footsteps towards sentience. Beyond the confidence of our humanoid life forms, we find other types of beings that are different for us to categorize at the moment. These ones right here are the multis. As you can see, they are a congregation of entities that don't really respond to a single entity. We must not overlook the tantalizing possibility of telekinetic communication, a quantum leap in our interstellar discourse. Beyond the continuous of humanoid-like forms, we find other enigmatic species we have split into two macrogroups, unis and multis, each one of their own evolutionary trajectory towards some parallel intellect. Multis navigate the labyrinth passages of the hive mind. These profound variations are not anomalies but vital expressions of life's adaptability. Then we have others that look very similar but behave very differently, like the unis. And this is an example of a uni. It's a being like us, but behaves in its own way. So unis, like this one, employ a system of bioluminescent flashes that allows them to communicate with other members of their species. These profound variations are not anomalies, but vital expressions of life's adaptability. The unis and the multis can look very similar, but the difference is that when you see this guy, he just has one pulse of light inside of him, which our research has discovered that they behave like that because they basically were born as individuals like we did. But there are other groups, like these ones here, that use a shell just in the same way that we're used to seeing squids using shells. But these guys are a colony, and that's why we consider them multis. We also have other species of multis that look quite different from these ones, but at the same time they are more or less cousins. But again, it depends on the species behavior and their biology, how they were born, and how they associate to determine if they belong to the unis or multis. But many of these species now we simply consider them pets, but in the future they might become just another species in the universe that we consider a sentient race, just like we now consider the Korvax or the Viking or the Gek. And then concluding with the biological part, we can focus on the marvelous technology that shapes our system. Alcubierre drives that propels faster than light, Dyson Spheres that harness the power of stars, and Wormhole creator stations that open waygates to distant realms. Our very warp drive, an advanced iteration of the Alcubierre drive, propel us to new star systems at unimaginable speeds. But have you ever pondered the mechanism at the heart of the galaxy that guides us to our next destination, to an entire different galaxy, thousands, billions of light years away? It's a puzzle that beckons our understanding. Perhaps the atlas of the enigmatic Void Mother have orchestrated a cosmic ballet, a network of wormholes concealed within Dyson belts encircling black holes. The unfathomable electromagnetic energy generated by such a colossal divide may explain the occasional damage inflicted upon our technology during these transitions. After all, it's not a merely jump to the galactic core, it's a leap into a distant galaxy. In conclusion, we stand on the precipice of a universe teeming with possibilities. We must remain open to diverse forms of life and communications that await our discovery. We must embrace the enigma of our extraordinary propulsion system. Thank you, and may the cosmos keep inspiring our quest for understanding.